Hi everyone, I'm Ruben. I'm going to show you a video about Lean software development. Okay, here's the topic which I'm going to talk about. Lean software development. I'm going to talk about the Lean software development's history, advantage and disadvantages of Lean software development, the 7 principles of Lean software development, and the tools of Lean software development, which it has 22 tools. First of all, I would like to talk about Lean software development's history. Lean is a manufacturing and production practice that consider the expenditure of resource for any goal other than the creation of value for the end customer to be wasteful and thus a target for elimination. Value is defined as any action or process that a customer would be willing to pay. Lean is centered around preserving value with less work. Lean manufacturing is based on optimizing flow, increasing efficiency, decreasing waste, and using empirical method to decide what matters rather than uncritically expecting pre-exist idea. As on the history, Toyota was the leader in implementing Lean practice in 80s. The 7 principle of Lean plus the 22 tools. The 22 tools, it will be in the 7 principle itself. The first principle is eliminate waste. Second is amplifying learning. Third is decide as late as possible. Fourth, deliver as fast as possible. Fifth, empower the team. Sixth, build integrity in. And the last one, see the whole. Principle 1, eliminate waste. Eliminate waste. In software development, waste is anything that does not improve the quality of code, reduce the amount of time and effort it takes to produce code, or does not deliver business value to customer. In other words, any activity that does not pay itself is reduced effort elsewhere in the system. Here's a table about learn to see the waste, and here's the first tool. As you can see, there is 2 columns: wastes of manufacturing and wastes of software development. Waste of manufacturing, inventory, and its waste from software development is partially work done. And the second one is extra processing, the paperwork or excess documentation, overproduction, extra features, transportation, building the wrong thing, waiting for the information, motion, task switch and motion, and last is defect. The second tool is learn to reduce waste. Reduce management activities such as unnecessary tracking systems. Minimize tracking by create a smooth flowing work system. Rating authorization system. Make approvals unnecessary. The third one is retrain your brain to see waste. Ask yourself, why I'm really doing this? Map your value stream to identify inefficiency. The example of map is down there. Okay, now let's go to the second principle, amplifying learning. Amplifying learning. For programmers to develop a system that delivers business value, they will have to learn about many things. Some technical, such as advantage and disadvantages, to various approach to do remote communication in .NET. Others are requirement related, such as outstanding what the business user really needs versus what the developer thinks the user need. And the tools which in this amplifying learning is feedback. The reason why I put tool 3 is it's the continue of the tool 1 and 2 in the first principle, which is eliminate the waste. And here's the third tool of the lean software development and the first tool of amplifying learning. The first is introduce and increase feedback loops into development process. Run tests as soon as code is written. Don't let defect accumulate. The third point is less documentation and more coding with real-time feedback. The fourth one, forego requirements gathering session for prototype review UI user interface. Fifth, don't overstudy which tools are the best. Take the top 3 and evaluate them. Encourage and accept immediate customer response to your work. The next one is the fourth tool, iteration. Short useful cycle of software development. As you can see, there's a small process: design, program, tested, integrated, delivered. And this process is a useful process which recommended by this tool. The second point is allow the practice of queuing theory, small batches moving rapidly through an efficient system. The third one is allow feedback to increase, thusly increasing control. Allow an option-based open option approach. Allow the ability to decide as late as possible. Require team planning, short complete cycle and team commitment. Allow the scope to be negotiable and prioritize highest value item first. And the last one, short feedback loops create convergence and move toward uniformity. The fifth tool, synchronization. The first one is requires a configuration management system. The second one requires a daily build and smoke test. The third one is requires an automated test. The fourth one allows you to build spanning application, drive a nail through the entire system. And the next one allows you to develop separate components simultaneously using an architecture matrix strategy. And the final one requires a high level of communication. And the sixth tool, set-based development, is about communicating constraint, not choices or solution. Second point, you develop multiple options, communicate constraint, and don't let solution emerge. And the final point is we let iteration leave latitude for implementation the rest of the system as you progress. Here's the picture of the set-based development. Okay, the third principle, decide as late as possible. Decide as late as possible. The idea here is to wait until what the authors term the late responsible moment to make a decision. This moment at which, if the best team doesn't make a decision, the decision will be made for them. The benefit of this are avoiding or delaying the cost of exchange, which obviously could not be incurred if you have not limited your option yet. The tool number 7, and the first tool of this principle, options thinking. First, a right but not obligation to do something in future. Customer needs aren't always clear or understood. You can't predict the future, so maintain the flexibility until uncertainty is removed. The last one, options are like trade-offs. They aren't free and have a cost. The tool number 8, the responsible moment. The moment at which failing to make decision eliminate an important alternative. This isn't procrastination. How do you do it? Here's it. Share, partition, complete design information. Organize for collaboration. Develop a change-oriented mindset. Practice object-oriented designing or component-based development. Know what is critical important in the domain. Develop a sense of when decisions need to be made. The 9th tool, making decision. Depth first, breadth first. Depth first is making early commitment. Needs and agreed to point to 0 in on. Additional decision making. Prediction and assumption drive decision. Breadth first. Delaying commitments requires someone's savvy to understand how to details will emerge and when it's time to commit. The third one, intuitive decision making. And the last one, real-time information and feedback drives decisions. And here's the 4th principle, deliver as fast as possible. Okay, deliver as fast as possible. This is the foundation of interactive development. Require change as a percentage of the original requirement increase non-linearly as the amount of time increases. Example, a typical 9 to 12 month project has generate a roughly 25% changes in requirement. However, the amount of requirement change over a month average is only 1 or 2%, and it is much easier to get user to accept waiting until next month rather than next year. Why deliver fast? Customer likes rapid deliver. Look at how UPS and FedEx provide ordered products to customer in 1 to 3 days. Rapidly deliver means less time for customer to change their minds. In process of partially done work can have undiscovered effect. The faster you deliver, the longer you can delay the decision. Being able to make change in a week let you wait to make a decision until that week. Okay, the 10th tool, pull system. Allow people to figure out for themselves what needs to be done. Work becomes self-directing. Complex linear schedule can be negated as soon as one glitch or variation is introduced. A just-in-time approach allows for decision about work to be made real-time, not in advance. Here's a picture about pull system. Okay, the 11th tool, queuing theory. The key is to reduce cycle time, or the time it takes to get from one end of the process to other end. It has two main points in this tool: steady rate of arrival, steady rate of service. Steady rate of arrival. Practice a steady rate of arrival and control what comes into your queue. Releasing a small packages of work allows you to spread it even through the team. Setting priorities and selecting works is critical. Releasing frequently is even more critical. The second point, steady rate of service. Remove the variability from processing time. Smaller work packages have less that can go wrong. Parallel the process of work to avoid bottleneck. Deliver consistently. And the next tool number 12, cost of delay. Rapid development will save you time and money. Management may have think differently. Determine what delay delivered will cost you by using a profit and loss statement. Develop an economic application model. Use an economic model to drive trades of decision. The fifth principle, empowering the team. Empowering the team. The quality of software team is the most important element in successfully delivering software. In order to get people to take responsibility, to get motivated and gel as a team, they need to be responsible for the outcome and authorized to make it happen. The first tool of this principle and the 30th tool, self-determination. Transfers particles from one environment to another is often a mistake. Let the team design their own working procedures. Remember, management's role is a coach, train and assist the team. It is key to understand the fundamental principles that make up particles and transform those principles into field practice. Managers need to improve as much as individual workers. A feedback loop is critical, going both ways between managers and workers to drive improvement. The 14th tool, motivation. Create a sense of purpose work. People care about a purpose greater than themselves. It must be clear. It must be achievable. The team must have access to customer. Let the team make its own commitment. Management roles is to provide support, resources, guidance and protection. The 15th tool, leadership. Leadership is divided into two, managers and leaders. The role of managers is cope with completion, plan and budget, organize and staff, track and control. And what the leaders do, cope with change, set direction, align people and enable motivation. The 16th tool is expertise. Develop and foster communities of expertise. Promote mentorship and pair programming activities. Encourage training and continued self-improvement. And the last one is develop software standard and practice them. Here's the sixth principle. Build integrity in. Build integrity in what? 2 points in it. Perceived integrity and conceptual integrity. Perceived integrity is affected by customer whole experience of a system. Conceptual integrity means that systems central concept work together as smooth, cohesive whole. Here's a table about perceived integrity and conceptual integrity. The tool 17, perceived integrity. Smaller systems should have been developed by a single team that has immediate access to the people who will judge the system's integrity. Short iteration should be used and feedback should be acquired from wide range of people that can recognize the integrity. Customer tests provide excellent customer development communication. Complex systems should be represented using models and languages the customer understand and programmers can use without major refinement. Large systems should have a master developer who has technical credentials and deep customer understanding. And tool number 18, conceptual integrity. The effectiveness of communication of all decision is made is critical. Remove complexity upfront the design. Use integrated problem solving. Understand the problem and solve the problem at the same time. Preliminary information is released early, not delay until complete information is available. Information is transferred in small batches, not in large. Information flow into two directions, not in one. The preferred method is communication is face-to-face, not just using documentation. The tool number 19, refactoring. Complex systems have effects that aren't understood at design time. Architecture must have remained healthy as the system matures and evolves. Maintains conceptual integrity. Simplicity. Simple and design are the best. Clarity. Keep code understandable. Suitability for use. Design is an intended purpose. No repetition. Never repeat code. Do extra features. Don't build what is not needed. The tool number 20, testing. Communicate how things should work. Provides feedback if the system actually works the way it was designed. Provides scaffolding, allowing developers to make changes throughout the development process. There is two tests in this testing tool: developer test and customer test. Developer test has 3 tests: unit test, system test, and integration test. And customer test has 2 tests: functional testing and acceptance testing. And here's the final principle: see the whole. System thinking has been around for a while, but typical response to solve problem is to break them down into their constituent additional part and optimize each individual piece. This is sub-optimization which lead to tragedy of the commons. The tool number 21, measurement. This is the first tool for the seventh and final principle. When you are trying to measure performance, particularly of knowledge workers, and you are asking for trouble, people will often optimize the measurement that their performance is measured against sub-optimization. Don't foster sub-optimization behavior. You can't measure everything, don't try. A defect in code isn't always the fault of one person. Pointing the blame towards a developer doesn't address to the root cause of the system. Measurement should encourage optimizing the whole and the team to calibrate to find better way to do things. Modern culture based success on individual performance metrics, and this drives sub-optimization behavior. And the last and final tool of lean software development, contracts, and it only has one point, won't be covered in trainings. Okay, here's the advantage of lean software development. The elimination of waste lead to overall efficiency of the development process. The second advantage is delivering the product early is a definite advantage. And third one, empowerment of the development team helps in developing the decision-making ability of the team members, which in turn creates a more motivated team. And the last one is disadvantages of lean software development. The first point, the project is highly dependent on cohesiveness of team and individual commitment of team. If you don't have a team of individuals with good skills which complements each other, then you have immediate problem. Project sponsors tend to be paralyzed by fear when it comes to making a tough decision. And that's all about lean software development. Thank you for watching.